Të dashur teleshikues të televizionit të shqiptarëve të Amerikës, kemi takuar këtu në një fundraiser, pikërisht një nga kandidatët republikan për guvernator të shtetit të Miçiganit, zotin Bill Schuette, who is known for the Albanian community and for all the Miçiganers being the main persecutor or of the state of the Michigan, the attorney-in-chief for Michigan, now is involved in the race to be a governor. And what do you think that you will bring in this race that the other candidates do not have?
Well, first let me say thank you, Raphael. It's great to be on Albanian TV of America, Channel 90. Don't change the dial. And I'm delighted to be here. And so thank you, first of all. And what a great opportunity it is for me to meet so many leaders in the Albanian community here in the state of Michigan. So this is a big night for Bill Schuette to have this interview and be with so many of my Albanian friends. And I think what I bring to the race, I'm running for governor because we need to grow our state. We need to have Michigan be a growth state, a paycheck state, and a job state. And I'm working hard to make sure that Michigan wins again. And in order to win again, we need a new governor, and I'm going to work hard to be Michigan's next governor. We're going to win in November of 2018, and I look forward to working with you and the Albanian community here in Michigan.
But your previous experience has been mostly in the judiciary system or being a part of the Lansing Parliament. You have not been involved as a businessman. What do you think that you can do a change that Rick Snyder hasn't done, being a businessman for Michigan?
See, I have a skill set. I have a skill set as a former congressman, a former state senator, a former director of agriculture, a judge on the Court of Appeals, and as Attorney General. And what I bring is a skill set and the capacity to lead. We need to go from good to great. We were on the mat with the failed governorship of Jennifer Granholm, and we've rebounded. But we're still 300,000 jobs short of where Michigan was in 2007 and 8. And, you know, there are 55 counties in Michigan today that have lost population in this decade alone. So we have to be a growth state. And I want us to win again. And because I reject those people who say all the jobs are going to go to Tennessee or Florida or the Carolinas. Nope. I want Michigan to be a place where we've cut taxes, where we've lowered auto insurance rates and improved our education, our schools, and our third grade reading scores. And what I can bring to Michigan is to make sure we go from good to great, because we can't go backwards. We cannot go backwards. We need to reach higher. And I want to make sure that we go from good to great.
When you say check the improvement of the payment for the normal worker, I'm understanding well what you mean with that.
We need to have more jobs and bigger paychecks. So your take-home pay is bigger and larger. Because right now in Michigan, we need to grow our economy, and we need more people to come to our state. For example, our auto insurance rates in Michigan are the highest on average of any state in America. And we need to lower our auto insurance rates so to give people in Michigan a big pay raise by paying less when you insure a car.
Why is that nonsense? From the economic point of view, it's a rip-off of an ordinary people, this insurance.
Well,
why have stayed for so long? And Lansing has done nothing on that.
Well, see, the point is it's been 7 years and nothing's been done. And the fact is, it's time to cut auto insurance rates now. We need to stop frivolous lawsuits. We need to crack down on insurance fraud and give people more choices. And that's what we need to do. And as a former legislator, as a former congressman, I know how the Congress and the House and Senate works, and I can bring that skill set to make sure we accomplish lowering auto insurance premiums for Michigan.
How do you evaluate President Trump's pick of the judge Brett Kavanaugh? yesterday.
Well, first you need to know that President Trump has endorsed me for governor.
Yeah.
And I appreciate the endorsement of President Trump because he wants to, he's endorsed me for a variety of different reasons, one of which he knows I'm going to cut taxes in Michigan just like he cut taxes across America. And just think, we're going to have, bring in the production of the Ram truck from Mexico to Michigan, $1 billion investment, 2,500 more jobs. That really is important. And plus, every Chrysler automotive worker is getting a $2,000 Trump tax cut bonus. So cutting taxes means more jobs. And his appointment as Brett Kavanaugh to the United States Supreme Court, I think was a great choice. He's smart. He has impeccable conservative credentials, and he will be a rule of law justice on the United States Supreme Court.
And the last question, what is different from your campaign with the other competitors in the primaries within the Republican Party?
Well, I've got a record of accomplishment as Attorney General, fighting human trafficking and making sure now that young women are forced to have sex are treated as victims, not criminals. I made sure we prosecuted serial rapists and put sexual assault predators behind bars. I also made sure that Larry Nassar, who violated and abused so many young girls, is behind bars for the rest of his life. That's a record of accomplishment nobody can match. And my paycheck agenda for Michigan of cutting taxes, rolling back the grand home income tax increase, lowering auto insurance rates, and improving third grade reading scores, that is the vision I have to build Michigan's future.
Thank you. How do you know the Albanian community? What are your relations with them?
Well, I'm learning more and more all the time. I just got to meet you tonight. And Luke's been a great friend of mine. And I appreciate his support, his endorsement, and people who in the Albanian community who want more jobs, a brighter future, and having a state that is a top 10 state, not something small, not something tiny, but a big Michigan for the future.
Thank you very much.
Great to be here. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening. I am Robert DeVucai. On behalf of the DeVucai family, I would like to thank all of you for coming to support the campaign to elect Bill Schuette as the governor of the great state of Michigan. It is with humble gratitude that I thank the Attorney General for granting me the incredible opportunity to serve as a student intern this summer in his office. This position has given me insight into the work ethic and dedication that is required to perform in a professional environment. The character that is demonstrated by the staff at the Attorney General's office reflects the great leadership abilities that he possesses. Bill Schuette is the 53rd Attorney General for the state of Michigan. As Michigan's top law enforcement officer, he has been a powerful voice for victims, forming the Michigan Commission on Human Trafficking, providing funding to test long-abandoned DNA evidence boxes. He has also successfully fought back against corruption. Most recently, he eliminated taxpayer-funded pensions for 13 principals who are embezzling millions from Detroit's struggling public schools. Bill Schuette is a strong conservative leader who fought against tax increases so Michigan families can keep more of their hard-earned money. Now, he is running for governor so he can make Michigan a national leader in job creation and wage growth. Bill Schuette is tired of Michigan families selling for less. That is why he is committed to cutting taxes, eliminating wasteful spending, and promoting other pro-growth reforms. Bill Schuette will be the jobs governor who makes Michigan the growth state, the paycheck state, and the job state. As ambitiously motivated people who are resolved to the unwavering task of improving the state of Michigan, we must elect Bill Schuette to lead the initiative in making Michigan a place of economic prosperity and fortitude, a place for aspiring family achievement, and a place for the conservative ideals that we hold so dear. We graciously thank you for joining us this evening, and while we're enjoying our delicious meals, I would like to introduce a man who has greatly benefited the state of Michigan to his constructive and valuable years of service. Please give me a hand in welcoming the future governor of the state of Michigan, Bill Schuette.
I think I'm going to vote for Robert. My goodness. That's a little bit better, yeah. Robert, really nice job. Thank you very much. Well done. I'm going to take Robert to the other 82 counties across the state of Michigan, I got to tell you. So, beautiful job. Thank you, Robert. Thank you, Rosanna, for being here. The daughter, and Mariella, thank you for your courtesy, and thank you for bringing Luke here this evening. And let's give it up for Luke, Mariella, Robert, and Rosanna. Please. Thank you very much. Well, this is a big night for Bill Schuette, I gotta tell you. I'm just thrilled to be here, and thank you so very much for each and every one of you coming. I am very grateful. I'm very grateful that you came here. I appreciate your investment. I appreciate the time that you provided by coming here this evening. You could have been a lot of different places tonight, but you're here. And make an investment in Michigan's future and my future. So if I only communicate one thing to each and every one of you here this evening, is thank you. Thank you for your investment. And the ROI, you're all business folks, whether it's Jimmy John's or construction or whatever, you're business folks, and you look at the bottom line. So the ROI, the return on investment of Bill Schuette for governor is 100%. So I want you to feel good about it. I want you to feel so good about the ROI of Bill Schuette for governor that before you leave here, you write another check. Okay? And this is going to be a big race, one of the top 4 races in the United States of America when we're done, because it's all about making sure that we win again. And I'm running for governor because it's time Michigan wins again. And that's what I'm all about. Now I want to tell you a little, just a snapshot about me. I'll tell you why I'm going to win, campaign update, and then we'll get back to some more great food and the hospitality of Luke and Mariella, Rosanna, and Robert. First, get your map out, Michigan, right? I come from a little town called Midland, about a couple hours north of here. But my roots go farther back. My mom and dad grew up in Cleveland, Ohio. My grandfather was a shop teacher. My grandmother was an elementary school teacher. And my mom and dad were high school sweethearts. They grew up in the Great Depression, a time in America's history, as you all know, a time of economic calamity. People were out of work, out of luck, out of hope. My dad was able to land a job in Midland. So the 2 high school sweethearts, young, they didn't have any money, at all, drove to Midland, Michigan, planted their flag, started their family, and my dad was on an uphill climb at Dow Chemical. But tragically, my dad died of a heart attack when he was just 47 years of age. But my mom was tough and resilient. I was only a boy of 6. But my mom was tough, and she kept our family intact and raised my 2 older sisters and me in Midland. And it wasn't until I was about ready to graduate from college that there was a guy smart enough to marry my mom. But I learned a lot from my mom, my dad, and my stepfather. My dad and stepfather were accomplished guys. They're part of what is the American dream. That's why everybody came here. That's why people keep coming to America. This is about the American dream. Whether they come from Albania or any other country, it's about opportunity and hope and freedom. And that's what my parents, my dad and stepfather, they were part of the American dream. But in any event, I learned a lot from them growing up, my mom, dad, and stepfather. I learned the importance of faith, the significance of family, about how we got to give back to our communities and our churches to make sure that we're more vibrant in every way to make our communities strong and resilient. And I also learned the value of hard work. I've talked to so many here this evening about your work ethic and your drive and your companies that you run and own. Well, I was a young boy. I was a yard boy growing up, had a paper route growing up. I worked construction out west. And I also want you to know I was the head potato boy at Ponderosa State.